Again, we'll have the first pitch for you here on Picker Nation News in just a few minutes.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Steve Castro Field for tonight's District 31 4A matchup between the Tuloso-Midway Warriors and your Robstown Cotton Pickers. First, the starting lineup for the Warriors. Leading off and pitching, number 22, Jaden Smith. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 18, Zachariah Morales. Batting third at shortstop, number 21, Richard Sanchez Jr. Batting fourth at second base, number 10, Caleb Cantu. Batting fifth at center field, number 2, Ace Lara. Batting sixth at first base, number 3, Patricio Acosta. Batting seventh in left field, number 1, Jace Ariaga. Batting eighth at third base, number 23, Carlos Trevino. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 6, Ethan Cantu. Behind the plate for the Warriors tonight, number 27, Ricardo Saldivar. And the rest of the Warriors and the Tuloso-Midway coaching staff. And now the starting lineup for your Robstown Cotton Pickers. Leading off in center field, number 17, Jose Serrano. Batting second in left field, number 13, Aiden Aguilar. Batting third and pitching, number 2, Aiden Lozano. Batting fourth at shortstop, number 6, Lucas Sainz. Batting fifth at third base, number 1, Christian Barrera. Batting sixth at first base, number 23, Uriah Isles. Batting seventh at second base, number 4, Dominic Alvarez. Batting eighth and catching, number 5, Paxton Salinas. And batting ninth in right field, number 18, Anthony Gonzalez. And now the rest of the Robstown cotton pickers and coaching staffs. And ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we have our national anthem.
And again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Steve Castro Field, live on Picker Nation News for tonight's 31-4A matchup between the Tuloso-Midway Warriors and the Robstown Cotton Pickers. Defensively for the Pickers tonight, Aiden Aguilar in left field, Jose Serrano in center field, Anthony Gonzalez in right field. Around the horn for the Pickers, Christian Barrera at third, Lucas Saenz at short, Dominic Alvarez at second, and Uriah Isles over at first base. Battery tonight for the Pickers is going to be Paxton Salinas behind the plate and Aiden Lozano on the mound.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 22, Jaden Smith.
Oh, Jaden Smith leading things off. Lozano working from his customary stretch. First ball is low for ball one. Wind blowing across from center field tonight over into the third base dugout. 1-0 pitch misses for ball two. 2 balls and no strikes on Smith. Top third for the Warriors tonight, Smith, Morales, and Sanchez. Middle third, Cantu, Lara, and Acosta. Called strike one on Smith. And the bottom third, Arriaga, Trevino, and Cantu. Ojeda playing up on the cut of the grass, expecting a possible bunt. Ground ball to Alvarez at second base, over to Isles at first for out number 1.
Now batting for the Warriors, designated hitter Zachariah Morales.
Designated hitter Morales steps in for the Warriors. Nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. And Pickers looking for their first win of the district season. Morales takes first pitch for ball 1. Lozano comes set, the 1-0 swing and a foul back. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, Caleb Cantu steps into the box, fouls the ball off on the right side for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch from Lozano on the outside corner for called strike 1. Or excuse me, called strike 2. Again, runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. No score from Steve Castro Field. Foul ball off to the right side. Count stays 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch, misses off the outside corner for ball 1. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch to Sanchez gets past Salinas, and the runner's going to advance to second base. So Morales over at second now. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Sanchez hit by a pitch, and he'll take the base at first. So runners on first and second now with 1 out. It's going to bring up Caleb Cantu. called strike one. And runners on first and second, one out. Lozano trying to induce an inning-ending ground ball double play. This is high. 4-1. Count even, 1 ball in, 1 strike. Two and one. Two-one pitch from Lozano, swing and a miss, strike two. Time called by Cantu. And Lozano comes set for the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And another 2-2 pitch. Count's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And misses low for a walk. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Ace Lara. Well, Pickers with the corner infielders up on the grass, trying to shoot down the run at home. Middle infield double play depth. First pitch misses outside. 4-1. Lozano at 21 pitches already here in the top of the first inning. Again, no score. Bases loaded. For the Warriors. Time's called by Lara. Ball popped up, and Isles catches it with his foot on the bag, but Cantu is back safely. So 2 outs now. Now batting for the Warriors, number 3, first baseman Pat Acosta. Yeah, Coach Miller wants to check and see if the runner was back when Isles caught the ball with his foot on the bag. And I guess we're not going to have appeal to home plate. So now the defense will go back to normal 2-out depth. Again, base is still loaded, but 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. And first baseman Pat Acosta steps in. Acosta with his back foot on the back line of the batter's box here at Steve Castro Field. First pitch from Lozano, line drive out into center field. That's going to drop for an RBI single. 1 run scores, another one coming home, and that's going to be a 2-0 Warrior lead. Oh, Jace Arriaga steps in with runners on first and second, 2 outs, 2 runs in. Pickoff attempt not in time. And the first pitch to Arriaga, fouled back for strike 1. And Lozano comes set for the 0-1 pitch. Misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, 2 outs, runners on first and second. And that's going to be a base hit. Runner being waved home from third. Throw from Serrano is not going to be in time, and the Warriors score another run. 3-0 in favor of Tuloso-Midway. And that brings up a meeting on the mound with pitching coach Grimes. And Lozano not being hit very hard. As a matter of fact, if the play in right field could have been made by Gonzalez after the ball came out of his glove, would have been the third out on the third batter, Sanchez, or excuse me, the second batter, Morales. Again, Trevino up, runners on first and second, 3 runs in for the Warriors. Trevino steps out and steps back in for the first pitch from Aiden Lozano. Ground ball through the right side for a base hit. Gonzalez going to come up throwing. Ball's going to be cut by Isles. Play at the plate, not in time. Play at third, safe as well, and nobody covering second base. And Trevino takes an extra base there. So that may be it already for Lozano here in the first inning, as the Pickers are going to make a substitution. It's like Aiden Aguilar is coming to the mound for the Pickers. He's going to go switch to his pitching glove. And we'll be back on Picker Nation News after the pitching change. So it's Lucas Saenz on the mound for the Pickers. Aiden Aguilar moves from left field to shortstop. Aiden Lozano moves from pitcher to first base. And Uriah Isles moves from first base to left field. And those are your defensive changes here for the Pickers. Again, runners on second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning, trailing 4-0. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Ethan Cantu. Takes first pitch for ball 1. Misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. 3-0 to Cantu. Well, Saenz has come in and thrown 3 straight balls to start out his relief appearance. And now he hits Cantu with the 3-0 pitch. So bases loaded again for the Warriors, and they're going to go back to the top of the order and Jaden Smith. Smith takes first pitch for strike 1. And as a pitcher, most important pitch of an at-bat is strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 to Jaden Smith. Smith pops it foul off the screen. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. And Smith grounded out to Alvarez in the top of the first inning, or in his first at-bat, still in the top of the first. Saenz misses inside for ball 1. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up to short center field, or left field. And Aiden Elizondo makes the play. Aiden Aguilar. Go through all 3 Aidens before we get there. So the Warriors pick up 4 runs on 4 hits. All the runs were earned. There was 1 walk. Bases were left loaded after 1/2 inning. Robstown coming to bat. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. And we're back at Steve Castro Field for the bottom of the first inning. Pickers in a 4-0 hole to start off the game. Batting order for the Pickers: Jose Serrano leading things off in center field. Aiden Aguilar batting second. Aiden Lozano batting third. Lucas Saenz batting fourth. Christian Barrera batting fifth. Uriah Isles batting sixth. Dominic Alvarez seventh. Paxton Salinas batting 8th, and Anthony Gonzalez batting 9th. So Pickers with the hole to dig out of here early in the game. We're going to see what type of mental toughness they've got here tonight. Again, looking for their first district win of 2026. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Jose Serrano. Again, Jaden Smith on the mound for the Warriors. Third baseman creeping in, expecting a bunt from Serrano. Serrano again, natural inside-out left-handed swing. There he goes to short. And that's going to be out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Jaden Smith. Smith, tall, lanky left-hander. And Aguilar calls time. Smith taking a little bit too long to come home for Aguilar's liking. And Warrior defense playing Aguilar pretty much straight away. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. And 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Called, strike 2. Aiden Lozano waiting on deck. 1-2 pitch, time called. Not sure who called time. Maybe the umpire spooked by the sirens going off behind Steve Castro Field. Oh, there was a ball by the TM dugout. That's why time was called. And the 1-2 pitch to Aguilar. Swing and a pop foul. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another 1-2 pitch to Aguilar. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the first pitch to Lozano fouled back for strike 1. And nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Pickers trailing 4-0. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Lozano down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch from Smith. Misses outside and low for ball 1. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Lucas Saenz waiting on deck for the Pickers. He would be next if Lozano can get on. Another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive. Base hit to right field. So the Pickers are in business with 2 outs. So Signs steps in with 2 outs and Lozano on first base. Swing and a miss, strike 1. See how Smith works out of the stretch with the runner on base. And Warrior defense playing Signs slightly to pull. Lozano with a pretty decent lead. Doubt he's going anywhere with 2 outs. Pitch misses low, 4-1. Count even, 1-1 strike. And Smith comes set. And ground ball just, they called it fair. That ball looked way foul, but the umpire called it fair going in the corner. That's going to be a 2-out double for Lucas Signs. Even Signs thought that ball was foul. Didn't run but about 4 or 5 steps out of the batter's box. So that's why you always got to hustle and wait till your coaches to tell you. Don't wait for the umpire to tell you. Just go. And let the coaches tell you to go back if you need to go back. It's like we're going to have a courtesy runner for Signs. That's going to be Michael Vasquez running at second base. So Pickers now with runners on second and third and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning, trailing 4-0. And we thank everyone for joining us here tonight on Picker Nation News. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've finally broken the 1,000 follower barrier. We thank everyone who's already a follower. And first pitch to Barrera. Ground ball back towards the pitcher. Going to have to hustle. It makes the play for out number 3. So Pickers make a little bit of noise with 2 outs, but no runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base after 1 inning. Tuloso-Midway 4, Robstown 0. Well, Zachariah Morales leading things off for the Warriors. 1 for 1 with a single to right field in the top of the first inning. Lucas Signs on the mound for second inning of relief. Swing and a miss by Morales for strike 1. Signs looking for the side, comes set. Salinas set up on the outside corner. And Signs misses inside. 4-1. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Anthony Gonzalez playing fairly deep in right field. He had to come in and get that sinking liner in the first inning. Couldn't quite make the play. Just off the outside corner for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, nobody out here on the number 2 hitter, leading off the top of the second inning for Tuloso-Midway. All 3. 3 balls and a strike to Morales. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, game started by Aiden Lozano. Got 2 outs in the first inning, and Signs had to come in and clean things up after the Pickers gave up 4 runs. A lot of soft contact by the Warriors. Swing and a foul back. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch misses high for ball 4. So a leadoff walk by Morales. Sanchez walked in the first inning and scored the second Warrior run. Steps in now with the runner on first. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Signs come set for the first pitch to Sanchez, fouled to the right side. Signs out in front, 0-1. And Pickers will be in action on Friday night from Kingsville. We'll have that game live here for you on Picker Nation News. And Tuesday, they will be back home here at Steve Castro Field against the Zapata Hawks. Sanchez squares to bunt, signs up with it, going over to first for out number 1. So Sanchez with a sacrifice bunt moves Morales over to second. Cantu also with a walk in the first inning and a run scored. Scored the third run for the Warriors. Comes up now with a runner on second and 1 out. Pickoff attempt. Not in time. Morales back safely. And Signs come set. And the first pitch to Cantu, swing and a foul back to the right side. Cantu way behind that fastball. And Pickers defense playing Cantu pretty much straight away. Aguilar keeping Morales close at second base. And the 0-1 pitch inside, ball 1. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Signs come set. Pickoff play, not in time. Morales back safely. 1 ball and 1 strike, Tucantu, 1 out here, 1 runner on second base here in the top of the second inning. 1-1 pitch from Signs, swing and a pop back foul off the screen. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Warrior second baseman. Signs shakes off the first sign, agrees to the second, and the 1-2 pitch misses way outside. Ball 2. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swinging a slow dribbler back to third. Pitcher got the lead runner at third. So fielder's choice for out number 2. The lead runner, Morales, erased. Poor base running decision right there by the Warriors' designated hitter. So now runner at first with 2 outs. And ground ball base hit through the right side, just slow dribbler. Alvarez just too far over to his right to make that play. And the Warriors have runners on first and second with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Pat Acosta, the first baseman. Curveball called strike. Ball gets away from Salinas, and both runners move up 1 base. So the force at any bag is now off the table. Infield's going to have to go to first on a ground ball. No balls and a strike to Acosta. Swing and a foul back. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, sorry. First pitch was a strike, so no balls and 2 strikes. My apologies. And called strike 3. So no runs on 1 hit for the Warriors, 2 runners left on base after an inning and a half. Tuloso-Midway 4, Robstown 0. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Well, back at Steve Castro Field for the bottom of the second inning, Uriah Isles leading things off. First pitch from Smith misses outside for ball one. Smith in his second inning of work for the Warriors. And the 1-0 pitch popped up over to the first baseman. And that's out number one for the Pickers. Dominic Alvarez steps in with nobody on and one out here in the bottom of the second. Takes the first pitch for called strike one. Paxton Salinas on deck would be followed by Anthony Gonzalez if either one of the two pickers in front can get on. Pop up to the right side. Second baseman coming in and makes the play for out number two. Oh, Salinas steps in with nobody on and two out here in the bottom of the second inning. Again, Pickers trailing 4-0. Smith steps off the rubber. Salinas fouls the pitch back for strike one. Quick update over at Lady Picker Field. Lady Pickers and the Tuloso-Midway Cherokees tied 2-2. After 5 innings. So good game going on over at Lady Picker Field. Swinging a ground ball, base hit on the left side for Salinas, so more two-out action on the bases for the Pickers. That's going to bring up Anthony Gonzalez, courtesy runner for the Pickers. Looks like that's number 8, Riley Flores, going to run for Salinas. And over in Zapata on the baseball side, middle of the third inning, Zapata leads H.M. King 4-0. Pickoff attempt wide, and Flores is going to advance to second, probably to third, as there's a lot of foul territory here at Steve Castro Field. Flores advances to third, standing up, so runner in scoring position for Anthony Gonzalez. Appeal to second base, and Gonzalez missed the bag. He is called safe. So runner at third with 2 outs. Well, Coach Moody going to have a word with our base umpire. They've already appealed that Flores missed second base, and he was called safe. Evidently the umpire's explanation was good enough for Coach Moody, or at least good enough for him not to continue to question the call. So Gonzalez steps in again with a runner on third and 2 outs. First pitch to Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. 4 strike one. And the 0-1 pitch to Gonzalez. Misses low. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. A 1 ball, 2 strike count on Gonzalez. Here's the pitch from Smith, swing and a miss, strike 3. So another 2-out hit for the Pickers and nothing to show for it. Robstown trails 4-0 headed into the 3rd inning. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Oh, Jace Adiaga leading things off for the Warriors here in the top of the 3rd inning. Warriors with 4 runs in the first for their 4-0 lead. Lucas Saenz still on the mound for the Pickers. First pitch called strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Called strike 2. Nice start here in the top of the 3rd by Lucas Saenz. Oh, 2 pitch fouled straight back. Count remains 0-2. Salinas set up on the outside part of the plate. And Adiaga does not chase. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Umpire throwing the ball out of play. Evidently had a little scuff or cut on it. And Adiaga leading things off here in the top of the 3rd inning. Signs set for the 1-2, way outside. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Signs getting the sign for the 2-2 pitch. Comes set, and time is called. Again, wind blowing across towards left field tonight, not out, but across left field. 2-2 pitch, curveball. Salinas thought it was strike 3. I thought it was strike 3, but it was ball 2. Or excuse me, ball 3. Count even, or excuse me, count full 3-2. And now called strike 3. That was probably a makeup call for the pitch before. So Arriaga not too happy with that call by the umpire, and I don't necessarily blame him, but the reality of it was he should have been out the pitch before. Well, Carlos Trevino stepping in, 1-for-1 with an RBI. And an RBI single in the first inning. First pitch from Signs, misses outside. 4-1. Again, nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the third inning. One-zero pitch, called strike 1. Nice pitch there by Signs, getting it by Trevino. Count even, 1-1 strike. 1-1 pitch, swing and a line drive up the middle for a 1-out single for Trevino. Trevino now 2 for 2. Ethan Cantu steps in now. He does not have a plate appearance. He was hit by a pitch in the top of the first inning. Picker's looking for a double play ball. Signs misses inside for ball 1. Update from Lady Picker Field. Tuloso-Midway Cherokees have taken a 5-2 lead in the top of the 6th. Pickoff attempt not in time. Well, looks like the runner was heading to second on the pickoff attempt. 1-0 pitch fouled off. Count even, 1-1 strike. And 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the third inning. And Ethan Cantu batting for the Warriors. Carlos Trevino over at first. Another pickoff attempt. Good move there by Signs, but Trevino is back safely. Cantu squares to bunt. Ball goes foul. And count is 1-2. Signs come set, and ground ball to the right side. Alvarez up with it for out number 2. That's the only play he had at first base. So 2 down now and a runner on second for the Warriors.
Now batting for the Warriors pitcher, Jaden Smith.
Sign steps off the rubber and is going to reset and refresh here for the first pitch to Smith. Smith is 0 for 2 so far tonight. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Keeps Smith having his perfect night, 0 for 3, and get out of this third inning without allowing any more runs. Called strike 1. Salinas set up outside. Ball fouled off out of play to the left side. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Smith, tall left-handed hitting pitcher at the plate for the Warriors. Aguilar keeping Trevino close at second. And another 1-2 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner on second. In top of the third inning, Pickers trailing by 4. Signs come set for the 2-2, fouled back. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a foul back to the left side, out of play. Again, count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And wind starting to pick up a bit here at Steve Castro Field. Signs takes a look over at second. Aguilar already back at his regular shortstop position. 2-2 pitch just off the outside corner. Counts now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And payoff pitch. And runner advances to third on ball 4. So runners on first and third now with 2 outs. Now they're checking to say, did Smith get hit? If he got hit, then the runner needs to go back to second. That would be a dead ball. Yep, they're sending him back to second, and they're calling that a hit by pitch. So as soon as the batter is hit, the ball becomes dead.
Now batting for the Warriors, designated hitter Zachariah Morales.
Well, DH Zachariah Morales steps in now, 1 for 1 with a base on ball, so he's having a perfect night at the plate. First pitch from Signs misses way outside for ball one. Signs now at an even 50 pitches. Pitch got away from Signs and both runners advance. Count now 2 balls and no strikes on Morales. And Signs come set for the 2-0 pitch. Called strike one. Ball three, 3 balls and a strike. And Signs having a little bit of control issues tonight. Just over a 50% strike percentage. And pickers are going to put Morales on to load the bases for Richard Sanchez. So Sanchez steps in 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch. So he's been on base both plate appearances this evening. And 2 outs, bases loaded for the Warriors. And Sanchez trying to lean into that one, takes for ball one. Swing and a foul ball out of play. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Signs come set for the 1-1 pitch. Another wild pitch gets past Salinas. And that's going to be another run for the Warriors. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Richard Sanchez. Pitch wide, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And Signs in danger of loading the bases again. Swing and a miss. Count now full, 3-2. And the payoff pitch to Sanchez. Swing and a foul ball to the right side. Count full. 3-2. Signs come set. Swing and a fly ball out into right field, hooking foul and off the fence on the right side. Count stays full, 3-2. Again, runners on second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. 1 run already in for the Warriors. 5-0 lead. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Warriors pick up 1 run here on the top of the 5th, and we'll be back on Picker Nation News. And back at Steve Castro Field for the bottom of the 3rd inning, Jose Serrano leading things off, top of the order for the Pickers. Jaden Smith still on the mound. Swinging a ground ball to the right side. Pitcher's going to have to hurry, and he throws it past the pitcher. Serrano slides safety into first and is going to make it to second. So an E3 on the first baseman, Acosta. Pickers now with a runner on second and nobody out.
Now that is Robstown, number 13, Aiden Aguilar.
So Aiden Aguilar steps in. Again, Serrano at second with nobody out. Aguilar 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Serrano with a pretty safe lead over at second. Shortstop keeping him close. He's probably going to pitch Aguilar to the outside. Squares to bunt. And takes for ball 1. So first baseman staying or charging on the bunt. Second baseman's going to be covering first. Third baseman stays at home. Pitcher is going to cover the left side of the infield. See if Aguilar squares again. Smith comes set. And the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a fly ball out into left field. Left fielder going back. That's going to be over his head. And that's going to be an RBI double for Aiden Aguilar. So that's going to bring up first baseman Aiden Lozano with the runner on second, nobody out. 1 run in for the Pickers. Well, Aiden Aguilar's got a charge into that ball, hit it over the left fielder. Wind is picked up, but it's blowing more across left field than out towards left field. Pitch fouled off by Lozano for strike one. No balls and a strike to Lozano. Again, Aiden Aguilar at second with an RBI double. Smith comes set for the 0-1 pitch. Lozano takes outside for ball one. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Shortstop holding Aguilar on instead of the second baseman with the left-handed hitter up. If Lozano wants to see the ball deep, hit it to the left side, if he gets through the infield, that could be an RBI for him. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Saldivar, but not far enough for Aguilar to advance. And count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, nobody out here in the top of the third inning, bottom of the third inning. 1 run already in. Leadoff single and error for Jose Serrano on the bunt. And Aiden Aguilar with a RBI double over the left fielder's head. Count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Aiden Lozano. Lozano is 1 for 1 tonight. And a single, 2-out single in the bottom of the first inning. And we're going to have a quick meeting at the mound with the catcher. After the quick meeting, we'll be ready for the 2-2 pitch. And Aiden Aguilar at second base with nobody out. 2-2 count to Aiden Lozano. We want to send our best wishes out to Aiden Elizondo, who's going to be having surgery tomorrow. He unfortunately is going to be out for the rest of the season. Line drive out into center field. Going to be over the center fielder's head. That's going to be another RBI for the Pickers. Lozano headed to second, and he's going to stay there with an RBI double. Stop. Lucas Signs. Signs fouls it off. Ugly Finder over by the first base dugout. Again, Lozano at second. Signs at the plate, looking to cut even more into this lead. Pickers 2 runs so far here in the third inning. Nobody out. And Jaden Smith in for his third inning of work for the Warriors. Ground ball back to Smith, and had Lozano hung up at second, and Scorpions into third, and that's going to be out number 1. So not a good read off the bat by Lozano. And he's the first out of the third inning. That's going to bring up Christian Barrera. And final score from Lady Picker Field, Tuloso-Midway 6, Robstown 2. Again, Mikey Vasquez into courtesy run for Signs at first base. And Smith comes set for the first pitch to Barrera. Swing and a miss, strike one. Oh, Barrera steps in 0 for 1 tonight. Again, Vasquez at first, 1 out, 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ground ball off the mound, going to be hard to get to. And out at first. Barrera still not quite recovering from his ankle surgery, so he doesn't get down the line very well. But the Pickers pick up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They trail 5-2. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Oh, back at Steve Castro Field for the top of the 4th inning, Caleb Cantu leading things off. First pitch hit out into center field. Jose Serrano takes a few steps in and makes the play for out number 1. Cantu now 1 for 2.
Now batting for the Warriors, center fielder number 2, Ace Lara.
Ace Lara now up to bat for the Warriors. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Again, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Signs come set for the 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. And time called by Lara. Again, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Pickers with 2 runs in the 3rd. Called strike 2. One-two pitch from Signs to Lara. Swinging a ground ball to 3rd. Barrera off his glove and then past Aguilar, and that's going to be a 1-out single for Ace Lara.
Now batting for the Warriors, left fielder number 1, Jace Arriaga.
Arriaga 1 for 2 with an RBI, has a pop up to Aguilar at short for out number 2. So now Jace Arriaga is up. Batacosta was the pop-up to Aguilar at second. And Arriaga hits a foul ball down the right field line for strike 1. And Lara goes back to first. Oh, 1 pitch misses low for ball 1. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Arriaga 1 for 2 with an RBI, also struck out in the second inning. Called strike 2. Signs looking to shut things down here for the Warriors here in the top of the 4th inning. Again, 1 ball, 2 strike count, runner on first, 2 outs. Time called. Pitch misses wide for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner on first. And wind picking up, blowing across from right field, in from right field. Pickoff attempt, hits the bag, and runner's going to advance to second, and that's as far as he's going to go. Again, ill-advised pickoff attempt with 2 outs lets the runner advance to second. So they're checking to see if the runner got hit in the head with the pickoff attempt. Looks like he's okay. Now the 2-2 pitch to Arriaga. Swing and a miss, but the ball gets past Salinas, and Arriaga will make it to first, and Acosta will advance, Lara will advance to third. Well, Pickers cannot afford to be given any extra outs away.
Now batting third baseman number 23, Carlos Trevino.
Carlos Trevino steps in, 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI tonight. And 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Warriors with a 5-2 lead over Robstown. Swing and a ground ball, base hit. That's going to be an RBI single for Trevino. So the Warriors able to get 1 run back here in the top of the 4th inning. And that's going to bring a visit from Coach Miller. So we'll go silent here while we have the meeting on the mound, and we'll be back on Picker Nation News.
Now batting for the Warriors, right fielder number 6, Ethan Castro.
A little bit of defensive strategy talked to the Picker infield by Coach Miller, and now Ethan Cantu steps in with runners on first and second, 2 outs. Line drive into right field. That's going to get down in front of Gonzalez. That's going to be another RBI single for the Warriors, and the ball thrown away at third. That's going to be another run. And Pickers are falling apart right here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 outs, and they've now allowed 4 straight runners and now trailed by 5 again.
Now batting pitcher number 22, Jaden Smith.
So Jaden Smith steps in, 0 for 2 with a walk. Takes the first pitch for called strike 1. Signs pitch misses outside. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and a strike. And time called by Smith. Steps out, evidently something blue in his eye. And the 1-1 pitch, line drive out into center. The right center, that's going to be an RBI single as Gonzalez fumbles it in the outfield. Gets it into second, and that's going to be an RBI single for Jaden Smith.
Now batting for the Warriors, designated hitter number 18, Zachariah Morales. Courtesy runner for the Warriors, number 14, Braden Ginzer.
Morales takes first pitch for called strike 1. Low, ball 1, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside for ball 2. Swing and a miss, count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And runner on first, 2 outs. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Warriors pick up 4 runs here in the top of the 4th inning, and they lead the Pickers 9-7. We'll be back on Picker Nation News.
84 pitches for signs. 84 pitches.
And back for the bottom of the fourth inning, Pickers trailing by 7. Uriah Isles leading things off. Isles 0 for 1. Takes the first pitch for called strike 1. Way high for ball 1. Isles fouls it back to the right side, out of play. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And just to give you guys a clue on why the game is the way it is, Pickers pitchers have already combined for over 100 pitches. That pitch right there was number 40 for Jaden Smith. So stay around the zone and you'll be fine. Walk batters and hit batters, and you'll be trailing 9-2 just like the Pickers. Well, Dominic Alvarez steps in, 0 for 1 tonight. Looking for a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch to Alvarez. Takes it inside for ball 1. Two and 0 to Alvarez. Oh, 3-0 to the Picker second baseman. Only other game in 31-4A tonight is Zapata and HM Kings. Zapata leading Kingsville 8-0. That's going to bring up catcher Paxton Salinas with the runner on first. And 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, Pickers trailing by 7. And Salinas steps out. Going to reset himself before he steps back in. And Warriors infield at double play depth up the middle. Salinas takes low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Salinas, taken for strike one. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Dominic Alvarez at first with 1 out. Salinas takes high for ball 2. Oh, the 2-1 pitch to Salinas. This is low and inside for ball 3, so Salinas with the hitter's count at 3-1. At this point, if you're a hitter, you're looking for speed in a particular location. I think 3 balls and 1 strike, you're probably looking fastball somewhere in the lower outer half of the plate. You can see it deep, shoot that to right field. You could get extra bases there. Misses high for ball 4. So 2 straight walks by Smith. So I'm going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher, Salinas. And Coach Moody is having a conversation with one of his assistants. And we may have a visit to the mound. Oh, back at Steve Castro Field after pitching change, Ethan Cantu is now the pitcher of record for Tuloso-Midway. Anthony Gonzalez steps in with runners on first and second after 2 walks by starting pitcher Jaden Smith. Gonzalez squares the bunt and takes 4-1. Again, first baseman in, expecting a bunt. And the 1-0 to Gonzalez takes high for ball 2. And Cantu taking a long time to come set. And the 2-0 pitch to Gonzalez. Pickoff attempt, not in time. Well, again, Warrior outfielders playing Gonzalez fairly shallow. Base umpire going to tell Cantu, make sure he comes set all the way down to his buckle. Maybe he has something on his arm, some tape on his wrist that they may need to take off. Looks like they got off whatever they needed to get off, and we're ready for the 2-0 pitch to Anthony Gonzalez. And Alvarez at second and Flores at first. Pitch to Gonzalez is low, 3 balls and no strikes. See if Coach Miller gives the sophomore right fielder the green light here, 3-0. Again, Cantu's thrown 3 pitches after coming in relief here in the bottom of the 4th, and all 3 have been balls so far. Cantu comes set, and the 3-0 pitch called strike 1. Again, Warrior infield playing deep with 2 outs, hoping for a double play. And Cantu comes set for the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch to Gonzalez misses low for ball 4. And that's going to bring up Picker center fielder, leadoff hitter Jose Serrano. Serrano is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. Corner infielders playing in, middle infielders at double play depth. Sedano takes for strike one. And a little poke over the third baseman could score two for the Pickers. Catcher Saldivar set up outside, and ground ball to the second baseman could be two. And you get the lead runner and nothing else. So an RBI fielder's choice for Sedano. It's going to bring up Aiden Aguilar. Aguilar 1 for 2 with an RBI double. And a run scored. Take another one of those doubles right now. Aguilar steps out. The first pitch to Aguilar, curveball for called strike one. Oh yeah, no. Again, Sedano at first, Flores at third. Another curveball right back up the middle off the pitcher, and that's going to be an RBI single for Aiden Aguilar. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Aiden Lozano. And Coach Moody's going to go check on Cantu. That ball went right off his shin. Again, Pickers with runners on first and second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Got 2 runs back so far. They've scored 2 runs each of the last 2 innings. Looks like Cantu is going to be okay.
Now that is Robstown, number 2, Tuloso-Midway.
Aiden Lozano steps in, 2 for 2 with an RBI. And Cantu comes set. And Lozano takes low for ball 1. Cantu taking a long time between pitches. Cantu comes set, and the 1-0 pitch, pickoff attempt, not in time. Sedano back safely. A 1-0 count on Aiden Lozano. Cantu set. And the pitch, swing and a line drive over the shortstop. And that's going to score 1 run. Be a one-out single for Lozano. Oh, Pickers slowly chipping away, now down by 4. That's going to bring up shortstop pitcher Lucas Saenz. Saenz 1 for 2, had a 2-out single in the top or bottom of the first inning. Now up with runners on second and first. Again, Aguilar at second, Lozano at first. And time is called by Saenz. Ball by Lozano just out of the reach of the shortstop Sanchez for an RBI single. First pitch to Saenz. Line drive out into left field. Left fielder back on it and makes the play for out number 3. So Saenz put a charge into that one, but to no avail. Pickers score 3 and now trail by 3, head into the top of the 5th inning. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Back at Steve Castro Field for the top of the 5th inning. Pickers trailing 9-5. J.C. Trevino's taking over on the mound. Alberto Cañas behind the plate. Sophomore battery now for the Pickers. First pitch to Sanchez just off the outside corner for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch from Trevino. Curveball, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. And we thank everyone for joining us tonight on Picker Nation News. And we'll be back on Friday from Kingsville when the Pickers take on the Bremas of H.M. King. 1-1 pitch misses outside, 2 balls and a strike. To the Warrior shortstop. 2-1 pitch off the outside corner for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Pitch from Trevino, misses low for ball 4. So leadoff walk for Sanchez. Brings up Caleb Cantu.
Now batting for the Warriors, Caleb Cantu.
Cantu is 1 for 2 tonight with a walk. Steps in again with the runner on first and nobody out. First pitch to Cantu, misses for ball 1. And runner at first with a decent lead. Got his lead foot at the cut of the grass. Trevino comes set and misses way wide. Nice pickup there by Ocañas to keep the runner at first. Coach Miller not happy with the pitchers tonight. Can't find the strike zone. So that's going to be 7 pitches and done for J.C. Trevino. 7 pitches, 6 balls, and that's going to bring in Aiden Aguilar from shortstop. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Back at Steve Castro Field, Aiden Aguilar, the 4th pitcher for the Pickers. Runner on first, nobody out, 1-0 count. First pitch from Aguilar is in there for called strike 1. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Pickers trailing by 4 have scored 2 runs and 3 runs in their last 2 times at bat, respectively. Aguilar comes set for the 1-1 pitch. Curveball, line drive out into left field. It's going to drop in front of Isles. And that's going to be a single for Cantu.
Batting for the Warriors, number 2, Ace Lara.
Now Ace Lara steps in, 1 for 3 with 1 run scored. And runners on first and second, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Lara squares to bunt, and Aguilar throws the ball out into right field. That's going to score a run
for the Warriors. Alvarez late getting over to cover the bag, and Aguilar threw it wide of first. So 10-5 now in favor of the Warriors.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 3, Pat Acosta.
Pat Acosta steps in, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, pops the ball up into right field. Lozano comes up with it, and the runners stay. Well, the runner at second is going to be caught up. And Pickers throw it wide again, and that's going to cost them another run. Again, wild throws costing the Pickers. Now runner on third with 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th, 2 runs in for the Warriors. Jace Arriaga takes ball 1. Again, 1 out, runner at third for the Warriors. Ground ball is going to be an RBI single for Arriaga. 12-5 now in favor of the Warriors.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 23, Carlos Trevino.
Carlos Trevino steps in now. Trevino 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. See if Aguilar can keep him off the base paths. Fly ball out on the right side. Lozano giving chase and makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch for out number 2. Runner stays at first for the Warriors.
Now batting for the Warriors, pitcher number 6, Ethan Cantu.
So Ethan Cantu now up to bat. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Runner off at second, and the throw is going to be a little bit wide by Ocañas. So 1 ball and no strike on the number 9 hitter. Swing and a line drive, base hit. That's going to score another run for the Warriors. Oh, 13-5. Pickers have given back the 3 runs they scored in the bottom half of the 4th plus 1. 13-5. Something evidently was said by Aguilar, and Coach Miller is going to go to the bullpen. Again, another pitching change for the Pickers. And we'll be back on Picker Nation News.
now pitches for Robstown number 8, Riley Flores.
Well, back at Steve Castro Field, again, we're here in the top of the 5th inning. 4 runs in for the Warriors. Riley Flores now on the mound. Jaden Smith, top of the order, up to bat for the Warriors. Runners off and throw down in time for out number 3. So nice job there by Albert Ocañas throwing the runner out at second, but the Warriors pick up 4 runs and they lead the Pickers 13-5. Albert Ocañas leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Takes the first 2 pitches for a ball. So 2-0 on the Picker catcher. It's called strike 1. The 2-1 pitch to Ocañas. Curveball called strike 2. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Uriah Isles now up to bat for the Pickers. 1 out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing by 8 again. First pitch from Cantu. Curveball misses high for ball 1. One 0 pitch to Isles. Low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Isles playing left field right now. Started out the game at first base. And the 2-0 pitch to Uriah. Misses low for ball 3. 3-0. Called strike 1. And a 1-out walk to Isles. That's going to bring up second baseman Dominic Alvarez. Alvarez is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch misses wide for ball 1. Isles with his lead foot at the cut of the grass. Cantu takes a look over at him at first. Comes set for the 1-0 pitch to Alvarez. Pop up out into right field. Right fielder coming over, makes the play for out number 2. Well, Isles returns to first now with 2 outs. Riley Flores in for an at-bat. Came in to pitch in the top half of the inning. Now they're going to call Flores back. I think it should be Salinas hitting. Good catch there by Coach Miller. All the defensive shuffling, it should have been Salinas. So Salinas steps in, 1 for 1 tonight with a walk. And Isles on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to Salinas, taken for called strike one. Pitch misses low for ball one. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Niles takes his lead off first. Pretty decent lead there for Uriah. Cantu takes a look over at Isles. Comes set, and the 1-1 pitch to Salinas. This is low for ball 2. Pickoff attempt not in time. Isles back safely. Second baseman playing Salinas to pull quite a bit. First baseman holding Isles on at first. Good sized gap on the right side. That pitch would have been perfect to shoot to the right side. Instead, Salinas takes it for strike 2. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Getting 2 outs here and a runner on first in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pickers trailing by 8. Swing and a pop-up on the right side. First baseman might have some room, and the railing kind of scared him and lands about a foot in front of the dugout. So Salinas stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch to Salinas. Cantu comes set, takes a look over at Isles, and Salinas calls time. Pitch misses wide for ball 3. Count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Paxton Salinas. And Isles will be off with the pitch. Full count, 2 outs. And ground ball. I guess foul was the call by the umpire. That was more fair than the one he called fair earlier this evening, which looked to be about a foot outside the line. That looked like it was right over the bag. So Isles back to first, and we'll have another 3-2 count on Paxton Salinas. And Isles will be off with the pitch as soon as Cantu comes home. And Salinas calls time again. And the payoff pitch, Isles is off, and Paxton takes a walk for ball 4. So runners on first and second for Anthony Gonzalez. Gonzalez swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Gonzalez is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Count even, 1 ball and a strike. And runners on first and second, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning, Pickers trailing by 8. Pitch to Gonzalez, fouled back for strike 2. Top of the order, and Jose Serrano due up next for the Pickers if Gonzalez can get on. Swing and a pop-up on the right side. Smith going over into foul territory and makes the play for out number 3. So no runs on 2 walks. No errors, 2 runners left on base. After 5 complete, Tuloso-Midway 13, Robstown 5. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Well, Jaden Smith will be leading things off here for the Warriors. Pickers trying to keep the Warriors from adding any more runs and would be in danger of a run rule here in the 6th inning. Smith takes the first pitch for strike 1. Curveball misses up. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch from Flores, swing and a foul ball for strike 2. Pitch fouled off. Gains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curveball misses outside. 2-2. Swinging a ground ball to first. Lozano up with it. Steps on the bag for out number 1.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 18, Zachariah Morales.
Zachariah Morales steps in. He is 1 for 2 with the run scored, 2 walks and a strikeout. First pitch to Morales from Flores off the outside corner for ball 1. Pickers infield playing Morales pretty much straight away. Outfield as well, maybe slightly to pull. Curveball way off the plate for ball 2. Riley Flores, 5th pitcher of the evening for the Pickers. Off the outside corner for ball 3. And 3-0 pitch from Flores. Fastball down the middle for a 1-out walk.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 21, Richard Sanchez.
Richard Sanchez steps in. He is 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored, walk, hit by pitch, and a strikeout. First pitch from Flores misses outside for ball 1. Ball high, 2-0 to Sanchez. Again, way too many pitches outside the strike zone for Pickers pitchers tonight. Line drive out into center field. Sedano coming in and makes the play for out number 2. Nice sliding catch there by Sedano.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 10, Caleb Cantu.
So Caleb Cantu steps in. He is 1 for 3 with 2 runs scores, has a walk. 2 outs now here in the top of the 6th inning. And Cantu narrowly misses getting hit there. That'll be ball 1. So again, hardest pitch for the Pickers to throw tonight has been strike 1. And 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Another ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And Pickers and Lady Pickers will be back in action on Friday in Kingsville against HM King. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Three and 1 to Cantu. Again, runner on first, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Ball popped up on the right side. Lozano over in foul territory and makes the catch just outside the coach's box for out number 3. So no runs and no hits. There was one walk, one runner left on base. After 5.5, Tuloso-Midway 13, Robstown 5. We'll be back on Picker Nation News. Jose Serrano leading things off here for the Pickers and hit by a pitch. Aaron Rios in the game on the mound now for the Warriors. First pitch gets Serrano right in the back. That's going to bring in number 8, Riley Flores. Flores now the pitcher of record for the Pickers. Takes the first pitch for called strike 1. Rios comes set, takes a look over at Serrano. And Rios misses outside for ball 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Serrano on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pickers need runs in the worst way. Swing and a miss by Flores. Strike 2. And Aiden Lozano on deck for Robstown. Catcher Salivar going over to the dugout. I don't know if it's an equipment issue or what's going on there. Again, high school baseball in Texas now you're allowed to have pitch comm. I don't know, or some sort of communication device, one-way communication device. I don't know if that was the issue or if it was something else, but we're back ready to play here. 1-2 count to Riley Flores. Again, Serrano on first base. Got hit by the pitch. Curveball misses outside. Count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a 2-2 to Flores. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 1 out now here in the bottom of the 6th. And Rios comes set. Catcher set up outside on Lozano. Serrano's off and running. Nice hit and run. Second baseman's going to come up with the play over the first for out number 2. If Lozano would have got a little more out in front, that would have gotten past the second baseman. As it is, he moves the runner over to second, now with 2 outs, and Lucas Saenz stepping in.
Now batting for Robstown, number 6, Lucas Saenz.
First pitch to Saenz, ground ball to second. Second baseman up with it, over to first for out number 3. So Pickers with no runs here in the bottom of the 6th. They need a clean 7th, and we'll be back on Picker Nation News.
Eight pitches for Rios, 8 pitches.
Oh, 1 pitch, 1 out for the new pitcher of record, R.J. Flores. Ace Lara with a ground out to start the top of the 7th inning. Another first pitch swinging. This one successful by Acosta. And the Warriors have a 1-out single.
Got better for the Warriors, number 1, Jace Arriaga.
Oh, Jace Arriaga steps in. He is 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Takes the first pitch low and away for ball 1. And R.J. Flores, the 6th pitcher of the evening for Robstown. And ball gets past Ocañas, and the runner moves up to second. So 2-0 on Arriaga. In 1 out, 1 on. Here in the top of the 7th inning, Pickers trailing by 8. In Tuloso-Midway, state ranked in 4A. Called strike 1 on Arriaga. And the Warriors defeated Zapata last Friday to start out District 31 4A play. And a 2-1 from Flores misses just off the inside corner for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And Pickers trying to be a little bit too fine here with their location tonight. Ground ball short of third. Salinas up with it over to first. Throws wide. And that gets past Lozano. And Arriaga makes it over to second. That's 14-5 now in favor of the Warriors. And Salinas playing third. Not used to playing there. Has been catching most of the season.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 23, Carlos Trevino.
Carlos Trevino steps in. 3 for 4, 2 runs, 2 RBIs pop up on the right side. Aiden Lozano looks at it, and it's going to go into the first base dugout for an ugly finder. So 0-1 on Trevino. And Arriaga at second, 1 out. 0-1 count on Trevino. Trevino, the number 8 batter for the Warriors tonight. 0-1 pitch, misses low. Nice stop there by Ocañas. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Trevino. Time called. Line drive out into center field. Sedano going back. That's going to be over his head. And that's going to be extra bases and an RBI. Trevino digging for third, and he'll make it. Sliding in with an RBI triple. So 15-5 now in favor of the Warriors. I think Sedano kind of misjudged that ball off the bat. Was hit over his head, but I don't think he thought it was going to carry that far. So runner on third now with one out.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 6, Ethan Cantu.
So 9-hole hitter Ethan Cantu steps in with a runner on third and one out. First pitch from Flores misses high for ball one. 1-0 on the number 9 hitter. 2-0. Three balls and no strikes. And a balk on Flores, and another run will score. So 16-5 now in favor of the Warriors. And the umpire trying to explain what Flores was doing, going to the windup with a runner on third. And a one-out walk.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 22, Jaden Smith.
Well, Jaden Smith steps in, takes first pitch inside for ball one. And like to take a look back at this game, see how many first pitch strikes the Pickers have thrown. I don't think it's been many. Too many batters. We've been working from behind. Ground ball to the right side. Foul. Count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 from Flores, called strike 2. And the 1-2 pitch, nope, pick-off attempt. Almost threw that away. Swing and a base hit to the right side. And the Warriors have runners on first and second with 1 out.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 18, Zachariah Morales.
Looks like we have, pinch runner over at first. No, maybe not. Zachariah Morales steps in, and we're past the 3-hour mark of this game. First pitch to Morales from Flores, called strike 1. Pitch misses wide. Count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Morales fouls it off on the left side, out of play. And to be truthful about the Pickers pitchers, we've got good pitchers, but you never know what you're going to get from one night to the other. You know, they're capable of pitching really, really well, and then some games like tonight, they can't find the strike zone. And if they can figure out some consistency, they can have a pretty good staff. 1-2 pitch from Flores to Morales. Misses low. Good block there by Ocañas, keeping it in front of him. Runners can't advance. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Warrior designated hitter. Flores comes set for the 2-2 pitch. Misses low again. Count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Flores in for this 7th inning, and with 1 out, he's already thrown 23 pitches. That's 2 innings worth for a good pitcher right there. We can't overcome all of these pitches outside the zone. Ground ball to the right side. Could be 2. Got 1. And that's all they're going to get. Got a fielder's choice at second base. Well, now runners on first and third with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Richard Sanchez.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 21, Richard Sanchez.
Sanchez, number 3 hitters, 0 for 3 with 2 runs scored, walk and a hit by pitch, as well as a strikeout. Again, runners on first and second, 2 outs. And pitch misses wide for ball 1. So again, inability to throw, strike 1, plaguing the Pickers. Swing and a ground ball back to Flores. An easy toss over to Lozano at first for out number 3. But the Warriors pick up 3 more runs. They lead 16-5. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th inning on Picker Nation News. And Alvaro Cañas fouls the ball off for strike one here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pickers searching for a miracle here. Takes ball one, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pop up in the infield, third baseman over, right around the pitcher's mound, drifts back a little bit. It makes the play for out number 1. Well, again, Pickers made the game close after the 4th inning. It was 9-5, but they haven't been able to get anything going since then. That's going to bring up the left fielder Uriah Isles. And Pickers 2 outs away from going down to defeat with their 2nd district defeat. Isles takes high for ball 1. Line drive out into left center. Center fielder over, and nice play there by the center fielder. I believe that is Ace Lara. Nice dive and catch there. So Pickers are down to their last out here. Needing a rally of all rallies, come back from 9 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Swing and a pop up out of play for strike number 1. And the 0-1 to Alvarez. Ground ball foul off of his foot. Slow roller down to third, but good job by the umpire to notice that was off of his foot, off of his shin. And the 0-2 pitch to Alvarez, swinging a line drive to the shortstop for out number 3. And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Final score from Steve Castro Field, Tuloso-Midway 16, Robstown 5. Again, Pickers back in action on Friday in Kingsville against the Brahmas. And we'll have that live for you here on Picker Nation News. Want to thank everyone for joining us tonight.